Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Carolina Panthers. And he returns this to the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. Line in. Check. Watch the before.
On play action, Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Here we go. Line in. Watch the screen.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Washington. Ezekiel Elliott, 87 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Ready.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Ready.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Got it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Okay, check mega. Ready.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. The big fella past the 20.
I'm only going to be able to carry it so
Take
far.
this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jordan Thomas, 76 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Lutz with the extra point. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score. And the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position.
Ready. Go.
Here's Tagovailoa on first and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Pause red. Set hut.
On second down, Tua. And he's going to drop this off the quarterback. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position He's actually utilized more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe some.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting him score a touchdown versus holding him to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on third down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Washington first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And Washington has retaken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
He'll take over first down.
Kill!
On first down, Elliott. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Big Derek Brown making the stop.
It's a pickup of 3.
Prescott off play action. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On the sneak is Prescott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Yeah, partner, they went a little.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And Washington going to add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes this Washington.
Well, not content with the first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Ready, go.
Now they try the right side here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
Panthers 17.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McCloud. You're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. We go.
Elliott shreds the tackle, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. They run the counter. It's Elliott, and he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Tight as Ringo. Tight as on Ringo.
Ready.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Ready. 10 black.
Coming to you. Coming to you. Double tight. Double tight.
Ready.
And again, it's Tagovailoa.
We got 3.
Throwing the out route to the lead. It's Thomas. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in his first half alone. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Get in the weight room.
52 blaster.
Mike 52. Mike 52.
Set cut.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Mike 52.
Set. Up, set. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Back.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he stopped immediately there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Prescott on first down. And it's complete, right back to Ridley. Ball comes out.
There we go, baby. Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Everyone, line in. Let's go, defense. Our time.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
To Ezekiel Elliott. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. Brings up second down.
From the 44, Prescott. And he finds Howard complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And his kick is right through.
Washington 35, Panthers 20.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And it's a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball and turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
at the 40-yard line.
Ready.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the
Spice, 97.
Taco.
Black Ultra. Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Oh, loose football. The ball comes out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
It's just me and you.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for Washington.
And this is the kind of day a running back dreams of. They keep handing him the ball, and he keeps taking it in for touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be...
Touchdown, Carolina! A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
First down, Washington.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go back to Elliott. He's been hit. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a return across midfield into the... ...46-yard line.
Recovered by the defense.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
I'm going back to you. I'm going.
Here's Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Lost 4 there. It's third down.
47. Back at the 49-yard line.
Throwing. Prescott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first.
First down, Washington.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, Prescott. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Washington 49, Panthers 28.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a 1-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they play here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Open man is Myers. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
To Jacoby Myers. It's a gain of 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Intercepted by
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Following the interception, Prescott looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
54's Mike. Check.
On first down, Elliott. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go, 46.
At the 16-yard line.
Hey, kill.
It's now
47.
2nd and 6.
46.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. Tua. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 29-yard line.
And that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, next first down, drive keeps moving.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ready.
So from
Set,
inside
left.
the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Set, cut.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa on the move to his left. And now he's going to use his and now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Alert flare, alert flare.
Set, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too in the NFL. They're getting paid too. The day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards. Prescott now. Open man is Howard, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Check Mike 54, Mike 54. Blue Dan, blue Dan. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch.
Throwing here, Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They're targeting Godwin once more, this time complete. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. 48-yard ball. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Ready, go.
From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
get this one across the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
You ain't going nowhere.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
That's it, baby. That's it right there.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he's here. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. On play action, Prescott. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Washington, 56.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sport.